Hi everyone, it's Uza from Uza's Food Labs and welcome into another episode. And today I'm going to be making a salad using an ingredient that gets such a bad reputation: instant noodles. Bachelors love them, kids love them. I don't mind them. I don't use the salt packet or the spice packet, which is the key, because if you want to control the flavor and also manage the sodium, which is what a lot of people complain about, simply do away with the spice packet and what you have left is an enriched noodle. So let's get to it. And to make this noodle salad, you're going to need a few ingredients. They look like a lot, but they're going into one plate and then they're going to be tossed very, very quickly. You need your enriched noodles, and instead of boiling it, I simply poured some hot water over it until it became a little bit soft. You want this to still have some texture to it and not be soggy. Then I've got some crushed peanuts. I've got some pepper mixed with a bit of soya spice, which we all love here. I've got some basil from my garden, which we're going to use as a garnish. We're going to be making a dressing. So I've got olive oil, I've got garlic, I've got ginger, I've got salt, onions, carrots, green peppers, mixed herbs from the garden. So I've got parsley, I've got garlic chives, and I've got one basil. Tomatoes from the garden, these are the yellow pears, and some leftover cooked chicken. And this is all we need to put things together. The first thing you need to do is you need to make your dressing, and it's what's going to bring all of these ingredients together. Now, if you have an issue with raw garlic or raw ginger, then cook them down a little bit, but I have absolutely no problems with that. I love the zesty flavor of fresh ginger. And a lot of people have told me how they spend so much time peeling their garlic and peeling their ginger before they use it. In the case of ginger, you actually don't need to. All you need to do is wash it thoroughly and simply grate it into whatever it is that you're going to be using it in. Now, if you absolutely have to peel your ginger, you can save yourself some trouble and don't use a knife. Simply get a spoon, like a teaspoon, and just use it to scrape the back of the ginger. It'll come off pretty quickly. Okay, so in there, the garlic and the ginger goes in here first. Now hide this in my secret, not so secret receptacle. Then you need to add your olive oil to this. Now you're going to use as much of this dressing or as little as you want. Then you need to season it. So I've got my salt, and then I've got my pepper mix. So this is black pepper and the soya spice. And I think that this is what I do, because I remember when I was younger, soya actually had a very pronounced peanut flavor, but lately it doesn't. So what I do is when I get my soya spice from my favorite soya guy, I just blitz some peanuts to give it some oomph. And that's where these peanuts are going to come in, because it's going to bring out the flavor. So with my little whisk, I'm just going to mix this little dressing together so it's nice and emulsified. And we add that at the end. So I've got a bowl here, and I'm going to just assemble everything in here. So get your noodles. You can have it warm. So just after you've poured the hot water, you can assemble your salad. If you like a cold salad, stick in the fridge. When it's cold, you can get your salad mixing. Then to that, I'm going to add the chopped chicken. It's leftover chicken. Just treat it with care, season it properly. And this is usually the white meat that we don't really like to eat in my house. So rather than throwing it away, I usually chop it up into bits, use it as sandwich fillings, use it in salads in this case. Now, I'm adding my green bell peppers. If you have issues with raw onions, leave them out. I don't. I really like onions quite a bit. I remember when I was in university and I used to cook for people, and there's a particular friend of mine who told me, I don't like onions. If I see them, I won't be able to eat it. he obviously stopped coming to my house because there was absolutely no way. I love onions. I use onions quite a bit. And then carrots. You can add any vegetables that you like, but these happen to be some of my favorites. And then the yellow pear tomatoes, which I have quartered because these are bigger than the usual size. I was very, very lucky in terms of the harvest. They were quite plump. And then I'm going to add my fresh herbs. Use any herbs that you like. I just find using fresh herbs lifts the flavor and just adds freshness. And they're also good for you. So I have that in there. Now, first off, I'm going to pour some of the dressing, not all of it, over. And then you want to mix. Now, the essence of doing it like this, in terms of adding just half of the dressing, is to make sure that you have the first coating first, and then the rest of it is extra. Make sure that the noodles and all of the ingredients get a nice coating of the dressing on them. Then I'll add the rest now. Add as much or as little as you want. Okay. Okay. And then I'll give it another toss. Now, when you make this salad, you need the flavors to actually develop. So unfortunately, you won't be able to eat it immediately. I mean, you can, but the full flavor of it actually comes through when you've left it to sit in the for, you know, maybe at least 30 minutes. And the flavors get all happy, happy, happy. Okay. Yes. So everything is nicely tossed. Okay. So this is the point where I add my crushed peanuts. Now what this does is it gives some crunch. It gives flavor, but it also gives crunch. I have texture issues, so I need to have some element of crunch in things, especially things like salads that can get wet and mushy. Just a little bit, or as much as you want, but you don't want the peanut flavor to overwhelm the whole salad. And then I get my secret, not so secret napkin, and then I wipe my hands down. And then it's pretty much ready, but again, you know, we have to pay attention to presentation. So I'm going to be adding some of my purple basil here. And even though it's just for presentation, it has a bit of a flavor that is going to add to the salad as well. Perfect, very easy to put together. It redeems the bad reputation that instant noodles have, in my opinion. And you can also add things like steak or chicken or fish if you want more protein. But I think just by doing this with your chopped chicken or your chopped vegetables, I think is perfectly fine. Sometimes you want to eat your meal without bringing out a fork and a knife. So that's it. I would love to hear from you if you've tried this before or a variant of this. If you'd like to see us try something else, let me know in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel, follow us on social media at Uzos Food Labs, and get creating. Have a great day.